This old house is called Rerrie's house. Actually, that's not Rerrie's house. On further research, I have finally identified the real Rerrie's house. In the book Jamaican Houses: A Vanishing Legacy, they share this drawing of Rerrie's house, otherwise known as Country Lodge. Now, if you look at the drawing, you see the obvious differences. It just doesn't add up, artsy. No, it does not. Reading is fundamental, and so I did just that. Page 34 reads, in 1834, Greza Phillips, the owner, had this property surveyed. The plan shows only the original house centered on the front door. Directly below, down many steps, under the huge cotton tree, was the Union Street entrance, where legend cites a slave market. So what I deduce from this paragraph is that Rerrie's house is above what was once considered by many as the old slave ring. We'll get to that later in the video. Now, this area is where the legendary slave market was considered to be. From here, I can see that there's a structure up on the hill, and I think that may very well be Rerrie's house. Let's go have a look at it. The street, but when I looked at the picture again, I realized that's not it. Okay, so this is across from De La Pena. The entrance is right here. So it's sad to see this once beautiful structure reduced to rubble. I would have loved to see it in its heyday. Now, let's have a look at the picture again. So the group of palm trees that we see over there at what was once the front of the house is the same as in the picture. Also, the brickwork and woodwork at the lower level of the house are the same as in the picture. So I think we've finally found the elusive, at least to me, cotton tree house. The house is called a cotton tree house because, as the excerpt indicated, there was once a cotton tree at the Union Street entrance. They keep saying the Union Street entrance because apparently there were two entrances. There was also an entrance on East Street. And we will have a look at the East Street section. The second name is Rerrie's house because all three generations of the Rerrie's family lived in the house. There's also apparently a story of a ghost occupying the house as well. It seems that a lady wearing a hat decorated with cherries has appeared at times, and also there have sometimes been sounds of clanging chains. Now, of course, there's a story of spirits lurking around. After all, what's an old house without a ghost story? Right, am I right? Yes, I am. Anyways, so the living area was upstairs. It was built with Spanish walls, which consisted of mortar on the outside and boards within. Spanish walling was very popular at the time, along with wattle and daub. I'm sure if you're familiar with that. Now let's have a look at the East Street entrance. Let's see if there's still access to the house on that side. So, thinking now. So I can actually see the house from here, but I don't see an entrance. The area is overgrown, so I'm not going to attempt to go over there, but I can see the house from this side. So this was apparently where the East Street entrance was. And then you have the Vance building up here, and then down there. An old building because of the cut stone. Yeah. That's the last one. Yeah. Okay. So we are on this very old property. I'm not entirely sure if this is Rarie's house. So please use other door. It's so difficult to get the information that you need when doing like a historical video. Not entirely sure the right person to ask about this property. And I don't know if it's somebody's house already. I think across the street is the old slave ring. And I'm going to show you the front of this building on the main street. I think across the street. Alright, thank you. Yeah. Over here is the old slave ring. According to the book, The Plan of the Country House dispels the belief that this property was actually the slave market, as it shows a large carriage house on one side of the gates and balancing it on the other side are stables. This book is not the only book to dispel the idea of a slave market being on this property. The book, Right to Be Proud, A Brief Guide to Jamaican Heritage Sites, also speaks of the old slave ring. It reads, at Union and East Streets was said to have been a place where slaves were sold. It was more probably a cockfighting arena, a not unpopular sport in the 18th century. If you are interested in Jamaican vlogs, historical videos, and real-to-life views of the streets of Montego Bay, then you are on the right channel. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my weekly videos.